Alright, so we are back for part 2 of the Hellfire Gala, so check out the playlist so that you can get caught up on part 1. So we pick up really quickly with Kate Pride, who's leaning on one of the Krakoan gates, and she's probably the only mutant who cannot go through the Krakoan gates. And while she's leaning, then we get two members who join the fray, and that is Destiny and Mystique. Now, wherever Destiny is, there always has to be a purpose, but that purpose is unknown to us, at least for now. And we switch over to Charles Xavier and also Kamala Khan, who are talking to each other. And Xavier says, I don't have to be a psychic to realize that you're feeling pretty much uncomfortable here. And Charles was basically saying, and I think this is for a political issue, that she would basically come out and expose to the world that she's a mutant. And from a Krakoan political standpoint, it makes a lot of sense that Kamala Khan has been with the Avengers and has done a lot of good deeds, and humans have favored her. So if they find out that she's a mutant, then they might say, hey, mutants are not too bad. But one cool thing about Charles is that he doesn't pressure her too much, and he's like, if you feel uncomfortable, then enjoy yourself or head home. The choice is really yours. But one thing that's really cool is that we get to see Rogue, and we also get to see Captain Marvel. And if you grew up in the 90s and you watched the X-Men animated show, you know how Rogue got her powers of superhuman strength and also flight, and she basically held on to Captain Marvel for a really long time. So it's really cool to see them having some form of interaction. Now, there isn't any dialogue that's given for the characters, but it's still cool to see. And of course, we see Rasputin the fourth, and she looks absolutely amazing. I'd get her number. And Rasputin is talking to Kamala Khan, and it's a really nice interaction because Rasputin calls her like a hero, and it makes Kamala Khan feel empowered in a sense, like, wow, this chimera-based mutant, she doesn't say chimera, but she is a chimera mutant, which is Rasputin, and she's like saying like, I'm a hero? Wow, thanks. Now, we get introduced to two other new characters, and Magic comes about. Magic is like the bouncer of the Hellfire Gala right now, and she's like, basically, who are you? You weren't invited. And this gentleman named Wynn is there with his protege, and they're talking, and he said, he's basically saying like they'll leave, but he has a question to ask. I heard that when the mutants first encountered the humans, at least for Krakoa, basically said that there's new gods. Is that really true? And Magic was like, damn right it is. Now, we don't see them for much longer, but we will see them again in a later story called Gods by Jonathan Hickman. And all of a sudden, the Avengers get an alert and they have to leave ASAP. And Rogue gets a special alert for Captain America as well, and she has to leave. Type in part 3 for more, because it gets wild.